Some days don't come with clear problems or obvious answers. Nothing is falling apart, but nothing's feeling okay either. And when that happens, our instinct is often to analyze, fix, or push ourselves into feeling better as quickly as possible. Today, let's learn how to look at things differently. Welcome back to today's episode. This one is for the moments when your energy feels drained, your thoughts feel heavy, and hope seems like too much to carry. We're not here to diagnose or push you towards optimism. Instead, join me, Marie Chrysostoma, as we move gently together, naming what you're feeling without trying to fix it, listening to your body instead of, overanalyzing your mind, doing less but doing it kindly, separating feelings from facts, and staying present without forcing hope. What do you do when nothing feels okay? When everything feels off, it doesn't always mean something is broken. Sometimes it means you're tired. Sometimes it means your nervous system is asking for gentleness, not solutions. And the feeling doesn't need to be justified to be real. The first thing you can do is name it without fixing it. Just one sentence. For example, you can tell yourself, right now, things feel heavy or uncertain or quiet and aching or I need more rest. No story attached. No reason required. Naming is not surrender, it's grounding. We rush to feel better because discomfort makes us uneasy, but the faster we push, the louder the discomfort becomes. Try giving yourself 10 minutes where your only task is to not improve anything. Let your breath move as it wants to. Notice the room, the light, the sounds around you. You don't have to arrive anywhere else. And perhaps the hardest part is allowing yourself to admit that it's hard. To say it plainly, you can mention it to your safe person, or if you're an introvert, write it down on a notes app. I'm not okay today, but I don't need help just yet. Not every feeling needs to be solved. Some just need permission to exist. And this isn't giving up, it's staying. Staying with yourself when fixing feels impossible. Staying long enough to remember that you don't have to be okay to be worthy of care. Sometimes, naming where you are is the anchor. And for now, that's enough. Second is to learn to stop asking what's wrong. After we take a moment to simply name what's happening inside, it's tempting to immediately ask, why am I like this? Or, what's wrong with me? What went wrong? That question or those questions feel natural, but they often lead to spirals, endless loops of self criticism, over analysis, and second guessing. The mind becomes an interrogator, and you become the case under review. Instead, try shifting the questions and ask, what feels heavy right now? Let the focus move from judgment to curiosity. What sensations are present in your body? A tight chest, tired eyes, a knot in your stomach? Name them simply without weaving a story or trying to explain them away. Observing physical sensations grounds you in reality and interrupts the endless why loop. You can also check in with your energy instead of your mood. Ask yourself, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much energy do I have right now? Not how happy or sad you feel, but how much fuel you have to move through the day. Then, adjust your expectations to match that number. Sometimes, simply noticing what your body and energy are telling you is enough to shift the pressure off your mind. This is gentle work, not a fix. It's about listening, observing, and creating a little space between yourself and the inner critic that wants to solve or explain everything. When you stop interrogating yourself, you stop pushing yourself too hard. You stop adding layers to the heaviness and you allow your system, which is your body, mind, and heart, to just be. Third, do less of nagging yourself, but do it kindly. When we're running on low energy or carrying heavy thoughts, motivation can feel like a luxury we don't have, and that's okay. Survival mode care isn't about pushing harder or doing more. It's about tiny, meaningful actions that keep you afloat. Start with something neutral, something so small it feels almost trivial, like drink a glass of water, open a window, take a shower, take a few minutes walk. That's it. You don't need to finish a project, solve a problem, or fix yourself. The act itself is enough. Tiny actions matter more than motivation because they anchor you in reality and remind your system that you are capable of gentle care. You can also create low effort routines, a small ritual that's easy to repeat even on your hardest days. Maybe it's the same song in the morning, the same cup of coffee, the same short walk. These simple anchors give your day a rhythm that doesn't demand perfection, just presence. Finally, let the bare minimum count. If you're into journaling, write down what you did today, even if it feels small or ordinary. If you aren't, you can start today. Note every sip of water, every breath, every movement because they're evidence that you survived. That list is enough. Doing less isn't giving up, it's choosing kindness, honoring your limits, and giving your mind and body the space to recover. Fourth, separate feelings from facts. There are days when emotions feel larger than life, like they define everything. You might feel hopeless, anxious, or completely drained. And in those moments, it's easy to forget that feelings are temporary experiences, not permanent truths. Low moods can distort our thinking, making small setbacks feel catastrophic or decisions feel impossible. One simple shift is adding the words right now to heavy thoughts. Instead of saying, I feel hopeless, try, I feel hopeless right now. That small change reminds your mind and body that emotions are fleeting and tied to this moment. It's not the whole story. It's not something that's definite. Doing so also helps to postpone big decisions. When feelings are intense, your judgment can be clouded. Make a not today list for major choices and promise yourself you won't revisit them for at least a few hours. Giving yourself space prevents impulsive decisions and creates room for clarity to return. Finally, grounding in observable facts can bring your nervous system back online. Look around you and notice three things you can see, hear, or notice. You know, look at the time, the place, and who you're with. Note whatever is immediately real. Observing these simple truths reconnects you to the present, and slowly the emotional storm begins to settle. The goal isn't to ignore your feelings, it's to honor them while also remembering that they don't have the final word. Even when emotions feel absolute, grounding, naming, and pausing can give you the space to breathe and move forward. Fifth, how do we remain grounded and stay without forcing hope? Moving forward doesn't always mean feeling better or convincing yourself that everything will be fine. Sometimes it means simply continuing without pretending, without forcing hope. You don't need optimism to keep going. You just need one small next step. Focus on the next hour, not the next week or year. That's all you need right now. Finding anchors that don't require belief can help. Maybe it's music that soothes you, a pet that keeps you company, or a few quiet minutes of stillness. These are things that reliably don't make your feelings worse and they give your nervous system something steady to hold on to. So it's also important to remember that This state isn't permanent. Writing a short note to yourself, something like, "This passed before, it can pass again," is a small but powerful reminder that emotions are temporary and resilience is part of your history. And speaking of resilience, people have asked me to talk about my thoughts and experiences, and I'll dive into the benefits and drawbacks in another episode. But for now, let's focus on dealing with difficult days. So, in summary, staying without forcing hope is about taking 1 hour at a time, using simple anchors for stability, and trusting that difficult feelings are not forever. You don't have to feel better to keep moving, you just need to keep showing up for yourself. So, today, pick one small step you can take in the next hour and one anchor you can lean on. Even the tiniest act of care counts. And if this episode helped, subscribe, follow, and share this with your friends or leave a comment. This could help someone else keep going too. So, until then, keep safe and take care.